How about
spoken to a couple people.
How about your elected representatives? Those are in the New Hampshire House, New Hampshire Senate, or your local elected officials?
I definitely did. I spoke to many of the House representatives from the Republican Party, and they were super supportive and very helpful in the process in many ways. So it was great to have them behind me as well.
And because I am partisan, but I make no bones about it, did you talk to any of your elected representatives on the other side of the aisle?
I did not.
Okay. All right. So now that you have been dropped from the fine, but the Attorney General said that you're still guilty, is there a legal sword of Damocles still hanging over your head versus just hanging over your wallet?
Right. It's definitely, I think it's frustrating to me that that story has been put out there, that I am still in their mind and in their thoughts that I would have been guilty, because I never got the chance to prove that, and B, I don't believe that I was at all, and I think that there are so many reasons why I wasn't, and definitely could have proven that. So I think to have that frustration is still there for sure.
Excuse me. Have you asked or gone any further since getting that letter exonerating you from the fine about the still legal status that you find yourself in? Have you called or emailed or walked into the office and say, okay, where am I now?
I haven't gone any further with that part of it, no.
Okay. I'm assuming that you haven't played too much in politics, because you've got a business to run. Especially a startup, you don't have the time for the politics. Has anybody mentioned to you New Hampshire State Statute 91A, the right to know law?
I have a little bit.
A little bit. Have you thought about sending in an RTK, right to know, demand to the AG's office saying, I wish to look at the paperwork concerning my case?
It's a possibility, for sure. Yeah.
We would love to be able to publish that paperwork if you do, and we would be willing to help you write that right to know if you ever make that decision. Although I do know, again, having been an entrepreneur myself, had my own business, you want to concentrate on your business because you want to be successful and you want to serve your customers.
Exactly.
Without distractions.
For sure.
If we were to say most of this is now over, what have you learned about working with or against the state?
I guess I didn't realize just how big this is, and how without going through this pandemic and getting fined, I never would have realized some of the issues there that need to be addressed, and I think that are starting to be addressed with our state legislature. I think they're pushing very hard to give more power to the people and not just our government. So I think that's very important, and I'm definitely going to continue to promote that as well, and be involved in that so that happens in the future.
So is it safe to say that because of this, you have become politically activated to some degree?
Yes, I would say so. Yep. Definitely more involved.
Well, very good.
Yeah.
Anything that you would want to tell our, our readers at this point?
Just that I appreciate everyone that has supported me, and I couldn't have done it without having so much support and love from all my customers behind me. It's been so gratifying, and I'm so grateful for everybody and everything that's happened, actually, because I never would have met the people that I have and been so involved in what's going on in our politics and our government as well. So it's been an interesting ride, but I've learned a lot for sure.
Yes. There's the engineer's definition of the word interesting that you might like. Intellectually stimulating, but boy, it's going to hurt for a while. And I think you have lived that. But something else that you have also done, several other companies have had their fines relieved from them. So you are a shining example, believe it or not, of one person, one little person who stood up and said, I'm going to make a difference. And you did. Not just for your customers and your employees, but for these other establishments that said, we can fight this too.
Right.
Congratulations on that.
Thank
Very,
you.
very few people are willing to stand up for themselves and for those around them. So for that, I would say congratulations.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, and I mean that's who I did it for, was not just for myself so that I didn't have to do something I didn't choose, but for other people too. And I knew that they felt the same way, so I knew someone had to stand up, and it was great to have so many other businesses do the same thing. So it's been great.
Oh, very good. Well, live free or die. Death is not the worst of all evils. Has a lot of connotations to a lot of people, certainly at least the conservative side of New Hampshire. It means basically we will not stand for that which is wrong, and we will fight to make sure that it's right, or you have to permanently shut us up. General Stark never knew when he said that drinking toast how it would come down through the centuries. And I'm glad to say it's nice to see it alive in you today.
Well, thank you.
And with
Appreciate
that, I want to say thank you very much for spending much more than just a few minutes with Granite Rock.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you very much. And I look forward to seeing you perhaps at some other events going on around New Hampshire.
That sounds great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Croc TV.